Hi everybody, my name is Danny Wells and I am an independent consultant with Arbonne International and Regional Vice President, which probably means absolutely nothing to yourself, but it basically means that there are only 4 levels in Arbonne to build your business up to, and I'm at the 3rd of 4 levels, so 1 more to go, to have that recognition of building a business to the top level of success. So I'm going to spend the next sort of 10-15 minutes just giving you some bullet points of what Arbonne is, why I decided to build a business, and why so many others have decided to build a business. And you know, it's a company that you choose to build if it's going to get you what it is that you want, and what it is that you want can be lots of different things. So for me, I actually had a really great career in ophthalmology for 7 years, and I really loved my job. I did really enjoy it, and I went on to become a mum. And that was where things kind of changed for me. My youngest daughter, so I've got 2 daughters, my youngest daughter was actually born with quite a lot of medical complications. And me and my husband had to have a discussion where we said one of us needs to be at home full time to take her to all of the hospital appointments that she needs and be there for everything that she needs to have. So I decided to give up my career to be my daughter's full-time carer, I suppose. And that was fine. Anybody that's got children will know that we'll do anything for our kids. But what happened was we had a massive financial dip because we'd lost my income. So we weren't exactly living the dream previously financially anyway. We were just sort of making do. So we'd get mine and my husband's paycheck, and everything that we got would go out on bills and outgoing, and there'd be like a tiny little bit left every month. So when my income was gone, it hit us incredibly hard, and we didn't have a backup. We didn't have like royalty income or residual or passive income coming in every single month. We didn't have any shares, any assets, any property that was being rented out. So we didn't have any like backup income. There was no plan B, which was really unfortunate. I wish we had done. So I needed to think outside the box and think, okay, so what can I do and still be present with my daughters? So I looked at loads of different businesses, franchises, making things, crafty things. I looked at loads. The problem is when you haven't got a skill, like I can't write books, I'm not a singer, I'm not crafty, I'm not a hairdresser, I'm not a makeup artist. You know, when you haven't got skills like that, you kind of are quite limited in what you can do. So I was looking at everything, and I spent a couple of years looking for things. And I came across training to be a consultant with Arbonne. I looked at loads of different companies that are similar in terms of you learn the business through being trained from having no skills. You get trained and you learn how to be a consultant for a particular company that sits in line with your ethics and your values and your passions. So something that is you, so to speak, is very you. And I'll touch on that about Arbonne in a second, why it was very much me. And you learn how to consult people who are looking for what you have to offer. So I fell in love with Arbonne. I absolutely fell in love with the ethics of the business, with the company. It was absolutely in line with me as a person, my passions and beliefs. And also it meant that I could learn something from scratch. I could build a corporate style income, but working part-time hours. And it also meant that if I worked my business the right way, I could also retire my husband. I could teach other people how to do the same as what I had done as well, which filled a massive emotional connection for me as well, because I think when we're looking to build an extra income, and that's great, you know, we're looking for the extra income, but also I think a lot of us are looking to invest our time where we build that income in doing something that we love, that we enjoy doing, that is emotionally satisfying us as well. Because let's face it, we can all go and get an extra job doing shelf stacking or something, which is fine, but does it fill an emotional connection for you? And for me, that didn't, whereas Arbonne did. So it wasn't just about the money is great, but it means that I've got more free time because I do it part-time, and the income is much more than a full-time income. In fact, now I've been building my business for over 2 years. What I earn a month was what I used to earn a year before. So, you know, that didn't happen overnight. Of course, that took time to build up. It's meant I could come home and say to my husband, I think I was 1 year into building my business, I said to my husband, if you want, you can give up your job, which he did. And now he's pursued his own dream, doing what he wants to do, what he's passionate about, which is great. And emotionally, I feel fulfilled every single day. I feel happy every single day, which I never used to. I feel useful. I feel fulfilled. I feel helpful. So yeah, it ticks kind of a lot of boxes for me. So I'm just going to go through a few bullet points about this business and what it is that attracts so many people. And I emphasize it's not for everybody. You know, it's not, having your own business doesn't fit in with a lot of people's lives, because when you have your own business, you have to be self-motivated, you have to be driven, you have to be passionate, you have to truly want to help people when you own your own business. And that is why it suits a lot of people. But for some people, it's not suitable for them. That's okay. And I think the beauty of this business, and when I speak to people about the businesses, as I say, I'm a solution finder for people. I find out what it is that people are looking for, and if I can provide a solution, I will do. But sometimes it's not a solution for everybody, and that's all right. So I'm going to go through the bullet points, and if it sounds like it might be something that's beneficial to you or somebody you know, great. And if it's not, no worries. Thank you for taking the time to have a listen to see if it was going to be or not, you know, and if it's not, bear it in mind for somebody that you might know in the future. So I'm going to share my screen and just go through a slideshow. Now, it's not death by PowerPoint. It's just to keep me on the right track. Now, I am incredibly passionate about this company, which you can probably start to gather anyway. So I can talk and talk and talk for hours and hours and hours about this company, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go through the brief points and keep it short and snappy. And then if there's anything that you still don't have clarity on, which you probably will do, because like anything, you're going to have questions, message me or the person that introduced you to this recording and get your questions answered. Okay, I'm just going to go through the basics. Right, take a breath. Okay, Arbonne. So if, like me, you've never heard of Arbonne, which I hadn't when I was doing all of my research into lots of different companies and what felt right for me, the basics of Arbonne are this. So there was a man called Peter Mork, whose photograph is at the bottom of this screen right now. He had this massive passion for people. So he already had a really successful career. He was a botanist, so he already was incredibly successful. There wasn't anything else he needed in terms of money or more businesses. You know, he already had a really, really great life. But what he was passionate about was people. So he could see, working in the skincare industry, that there was two types of products. There was product number one, which was where people were creating these products that were filled with a lot of nasties and a lot of toxins, but they were doing what people wanted. So getting rid of fine lines and wrinkles, trying to think what else, doing what people wanted, but the detriment of that was that they were putting a lot of harmful chemicals onto their skin, which is obviously not great long term. So that's one end of the scale. The other end of the scale was very natural product, you know, plucking out rose petals and mixing it with spring water, and incredibly natural, you know, no harmful chemicals in that, which is fab. And people were using these great products, but they put it on their skin, it doesn't do anything. So you've kind of got these two ends of the scale. So what Peter wanted to do, which had never been done before, was combine the best of both worlds together. So he wanted to create the purest products that are sourced from all over the globe, that are botanical based, so great ingredients that don't cause any damage at all, but mix them with high safe science to mix them together to create something. So what this company does, is Peter's vision to source these different ingredients, mix them together and create something magical, which is great. So when you use these products, you know you're using the safest products and ingredients in the entire world, but also it's going to do something. And that's just my opinion. That's not just my opinion that they do something. They actually, Arbonne, go above and beyond to not just say this is our opinion. They actually pay to have their products clinically trialed in New York. They are blind tested. So Arbonne paid to do this. Every product is blind tested. And when a company pays to have their products blind tested, they legally have to publish the results. So a lot of companies won't do it because they know that they're going to be found to be putting a lot of harmful ingredients in the products, or they're going to be found to claim that they're great, but actually don't do anything. The fact that Arbonne do this, and they know it can be a risk because you actually have to have the results published legally, of course that's going to be a risk. But the fact that Arbonne do this with every single product is incredible. And not only that, they always come out on top, and all the results are on the website, they're in the catalogue, so you can see all of the results, which again, for me, I thought this is a transparent company. I'm a transparent person. If I'm going to be recommending products and working with a company, I want it to be transparent like me as well, which is great. So you're getting great products, and also they've been proven, clinically trialed and proven to be results driven. Fabulous. So that was Peter's vision. So the whole ethos of this company was created on a vision of one man that had people in mind over profit. Now, because of the company and the products being such high quality, what he wanted to do was not have them sold in shops, because if these products were sold in shops, two things would have to happen. Number one, they'd have to have a shelf life. So a lot of products that we buy from shelves have a 7-year shelf life. To have that 7-year shelf life, if you think about food having a shelf life of 7 years, like fruit, it's not going to last, is it? So what they do is they put preservatives and parabens and a lot of these toxins in to give them that shelf life. So he knew that his products could never ever be sold in a shop, because if they were, it would go against the whole ethos of the entire company and go against our manifest, which is pure, safe and beneficial. So he decided to never sell these in a shop for that reason. The second reason was he wanted to enable average people that might work incredibly hard but don't have a lot of time with their family, or for people that just want more in life, he wants to enable them to train to be a consultant with these products. So people like myself, we take a look at this business, we decide if we want to do this, we fit it in around our full-time job or around our children or around our busy lives, and we train to be part-time consultants. So what that means is these products are only moved through word of mouth, which is great, because no one wants to be sold a product to them that isn't going to be beneficial. You know, when we see adverts on TV, we know that the person that's paying for that advert is us. We are paying in the product. So we know that when we buy our product these days from the shop, it's gone up in price by 70, 80% to pay for the advertising and the retail route. So I used to buy my foundation from a department store pre-Arbonne. It used to cost me £27, and it actually cost 3 pence to make. So the difference in the cost to make and the cost that I used to pay for it was the advertising and the retail route. So Petter wanted to absolutely scrap that, didn't want to go down that route. So people like myself, we train to be consultants and we give people honest advice based on what they want. So when people are purchasing these products online, they're actually getting a consultant that's going to help them with every purchase that they want help with, which is great. It's what people want. People want to have a real life person giving them honest advice based on them and not just based on a sale. And that's exactly what we do as consultants. So let me just minimize that. So this company's been around for 35 years, so it's a well-established company. And as a consultant, the income that you generate from your business is willable. So you can will this to your family, to your children, which is brilliant, almost unheard of. So this is just the difference between the retail route and network marketing, which I've already touched on. So you will never ever see Arbonne in shops. We will never go through the traditional retail route because of the points that I've just mentioned, and not to mention the pricing. So because these products are only sold through a word of mouth recommendation and they're ordered directly online, the consultant like myself does not take any money. We don't deliver any catalogue. We don't do anything like that. All we do is give advice on what somebody wants when they ask us exactly what it is that they're looking for, and then their products are delivered straight to their door by courier delivery, signed for, which is great. The price point is brought right down. So in terms of products, there are 3 main bands of products. So you've got, number 1 is your economy band, which are like your £0 to £10 buy one get one free type products. Your second band is like your department store brand, so like £30 to £40 band, and then your third band is your ultra premium band, which is like your airport brand, so like £400 to £1,000 type products. So those are your 3 main bands. Arbonne sit in terms of formulations in a higher bracket, so we are very high quality, highly concentrated. One shampoo, if you're using it every day, would last you about 6 to 9 months. So just to give you an idea of the high concentration, we're not watered down in any way, shape or form. But the price band that we are is about mid-range, so you're looking at a department style pricing. So it just gives you an idea of the pricing. So the products, sticking to our ethos of pure, safe, beneficial, we are stamped with so many stamps you wouldn't believe. So we've got the vegan stamp, the leaping bunny stamp, we've got the gluten-free stamp, we've got the kosher stamp, we've got informed sport, we've got the banned substance control stamp. So all of these different stamps, we seek to have them so that we've got that outside credibility. So again, it's not just our opinion of how great they are. We never test on animals. We don't use any animal byproducts at all. And we're plant-based formulations. We combine the best of science with nature. We're free of everything harmful. So every single thing harmful, we are free of. So we're free of mineral oil, which is the second most anti-aging thing we can do to our skin, which is what 99% of shop-bought products have. Mineral oil is used to water down your products. So if you ever use a product on your skin, on your children, in the bath, on your hair, that's a little bit greasy, that's mineral oil. It's a byproduct of petrol. So in other words, when they extract the crude oil from the ground, they use a massive part of that for petrol, but there's like a dirty scum on the top. They scrape that scum off because it's not good enough for petrol, and they can't dispose of it on the environment because it's environmentally harmful. They can't dispose of it to the food and drinks industry because it's totally useless. So they sell it, they sell gallons of this mineral oil for pence to the cosmetics industries, and they use it to bulk out their products. So when you get a shampoo, 99% of it is likely mineral oil, and it's disguised under 60 different names. So petroleum, petrolatum, paraffin liquidum, Vaseline, it's disguised under so many names, and it's actually so harmful to the skin, it is banned in Switzerland. And Arbonne are Swiss formulated. So, you know, you're never, ever, ever going to get any of these harmful ingredients. And for me, I was completely unaware about these ingredients. I was buying you cheap buy one, get one free from the shops pre-Arbonne. And my children had incredibly sore skin conditions all over their body. I was always in breakouts, and it wasn't until I switched what I was using that my health became better, my skin became better. My children are no longer up in the night scratching in pain because of skin conditions that I'd be back and forth to the GP asking for different prescriptions, and I'd get the prescriptions, put the products on their skin, and it would go, but it would always come back. It was never gone. So since I've been using the Arbonne products on my children, they haven't had these problems in 2.5 years since I've been using these products. Sun lotion, that's a big one as well, getting free of the mineral oil. So we have an incredibly prestige scientific advisory board. And also, just another thing to mention is Arbonne are actually backed by 3 major investors: the Bank of America, GE Capital, and Open Highway Foundation, which is huge. You know, these 3 major investors to invest in this company is massive. So products, we have a massive wide range of products. Now, we have products from baby right up until the most glamorous granny, granddad that you can imagine. We have products from when you wake up in the morning to go into the bathroom, brushing your teeth, putting your deodorant on, washing your hands at the sink, having a shower, to going to your dressing table and doing your makeup, to going down to the kitchen and taking your nutrition. So our nutrition is absolutely incredible because we don't focus on weight loss or diets or fads. We focus on healthy living for life. That is what we focus on. So if people are addicted to teas and coffees and energy drinks, we have a healthier alternative replacement, which are the fizz sticks, which I absolutely love. And I love it personally, and I love seeing other people gain so much energy and health from switching over to something healthier. We have some great protein shakes which are free of whey. You know, whey is from the cheese industry. It's absolutely painful when people are using whey protein. It just doesn't digest properly. People get so many problems using whey protein. So people are looking for healthy alternatives, and they're looking for plant-based alternatives. We have products for fitness, we have hydration drinks, we have vitamins, calcium, we have omega-3, which is vegan, so you're not having to source omega-3 from fish, you can get it from flaxseed oil. We have antioxidant drinks, which are great, especially if you're living in a country like the UK, where we need that boost in our immune system. So superfoods are literally pumped into them. We have literally everything. And not only is that great for a consumer, because it's like a one-stop shop for them. They go online every few months and order everything that needs topping up, and it's delivered to them courier delivery, so it saves them a lot of time. Not only is that great for the customer, but it's great for the consultant, because it means that your business as a consultant is never ending. Because if you were to join a business and consult in, say, TVs or holidays or mobile phones, those are great things that people do need and want, but you're not seeing repurchases of them very often. Whereas when you're a consultant for a business like this with consumable products, every time somebody runs out of mascara, baby wash, sun lotion, shampoo, cleanser, eye cream, toothpaste, when people run out of these products, they reorder them. So as a business point of view, you're constantly seeing money run through your till every single month, which is incredible. So that's the kind of thing that you want from a business: consumable products, regular orders, loyal customers and clients that are customers for you for life because they are absolutely addicted to the products. They cannot get them anywhere else. You have to know a consultant to be able to access these products. And once they've used them, they never ever want to use anything else. So it's great from a business point of view as well. We have a fabulous anti-aging range. Number 1 in so many instances there. So number 1 in the look of skin firmness, in number 1 in healthy looking younger skin. And these have been, again, blind tested. Results have had to have been published. And they're number 1 against the leading store departments and the leading other network marketing brands. So again, we've gone above and beyond there. We have a great technology. This is called a Genius Ultra. It's an at-home device that a lot of people actually go to cosmetic clinics to have done to strengthen their skin, to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. We are bringing this into people's homes. It's saving them an absolute fortune because they're able to do things that they want from home now, rather than having to pay to go to a clinic and have these things done. And again, it's safe as well. So it's great from a business point of view because the economic economy is booming. Health and wellness is absolutely booming at the minute. We've got our Evergreen Commitment. It means that people can own and have a flexible lifestyle because they can build their consultant business with Arbonne, have that incredible income, but have the time freedom to go on holiday, to travel, to be with their children, and know that their online business is running 24/7. People can shop on their business whenever they want to. So you can actually step out of your shop. You know, it's not like being in a traditional shop where you need to be in it from 9 till 5. You can step away, be on holiday for a month, and know that your business is still ticking by without you. And Arbonne actually provide your online website for you. You don't have to build that, it's done for you. And I'll just skip past that one. So we are going to be in every single country, but what Petter wanted to do was build the business slowly and stably. So we've been running for 36 years now this year, and we are in the United Kingdom, Australia, Poland, New Zealand, we're in Taiwan now, and the USA and Canada, which is great. Okay, so it starts with yourself. So when you start this business, it's obviously just you, all on your own. You've got your shop, but you've not got any clients, you've not got any customers, and you don't have a team around you. It's just you. And then you're taught everything that you need to be taught. And we do regular different trainings. If you can get on them live, online, fabulous. If you can't, they're recorded. So there's always trainings and support that are available 24/7. And what you'll find is as you start talking to people about your business and your products, is your customer base will start to grow. And once you have started to build your customer base, you'll find that those customers will tell other people, and they'll tell other people, and they'll tell other people. So it grows and grows and grows. And if you're earning a percentage of everything that turns through your business, you can imagine how much this is going to grow. And I'm going to go through the income in a second. So there are only 4 levels, like I've already said. So level 1 is a district manager. This is when your business is turning over $2,500 a month. And for a lot of people, they do this in their first month. And it's based on just building up your customer and client base. Now, your average income at level 1 is about £150 a month. Now, for me, I was all in when I started building this business. So my income at level 1 was between £500 and £700 a month and £700 a month. That was my average income. But it is your own business. You're a consultant, so you can build it slowly, you can build it fast. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. You don't have a boss. Level 2 is area manager, and you can will your business at this point. So what's being generated every single month can be willed a loved one, your children, or a spouse or family member. It takes I'd say about 6 months to become an average. Oh, it says 20 months there actually. Yeah, let's say 20 months. District manager, the average time is 7 months. Okay, so an area manager, a lot of people actually do this within 6 months. I think 20 months seems like a long time there, but that's what the average is. That's what the average is. For me, it took me 6 months. The average income is just under £900 a month. Now, for me, again, I was all in. So my income here was about £2,000 a month. And then you've got level 3, regional vice president. So it says the average time there is 34 months. So for me, it was 11 months to get to this level. And people have actually got to this level in 3 to 4 months. The average income is nearly £4,000. My average income here is between £7,000 and £8,000 a month. And then level 4 is national vice president. So this is the last level that our business needs to reach. And it takes about 53 months to get there. I'll be there within 2.5 years at this point. And the average income at this level is just under £15,000 a month. Sorry. And again, it's just based on building up your business, building up your credibility. So where do you see yourself? So there are 3 different ways to get involved with the business. And I'm just going to go through those in 1 second. So what I want to say is, I just want to say thank you, first of all, for taking a look at this business. So you've seen the amazing things that Arbonne can do for families with all of our amazing pure, safe and beneficial products. And you've seen what's in it for you. And as far as the kind of compensation that's available and what this can do for you and your family. The real question, which I know a lot of you are asking yourself, because I know when I first sat down and heard this presentation, and I asked myself the same questions, and the question is, why me? Why should I get involved with this business? So in order to explain that to you, I want to take you back a little bit. And I want to take you back to school, the end of your school life. So how many of you can remember the time you left school, or you had a graduation or a leaver ceremony? So I know some of you, like me, will probably prefer not to remember the school years. So how many of you might still be in school or education or university? You know, some of us are going to be there as well. Well, I want to tell you what happened when I left school. I remember being in the big school assembly room at King Edward's. So if any of you actually remember King Edward's, I walked up on the stage to receive paperwork. And I suppose if we'd been in America, it would have been a diploma. I don't think in the UK it's done like that, but we are given something, maybe a photo or a certificate, something like that. And I remember when everything was said and done, we all took to the stage for a leavers photo, everyone leaving. In a symbolic gesture, we all cheered for the photo with our hands up in the air. And if we'd been living in America, this would have been the time that everyone would have thrown their graduation cap up in the air for a photo. So it was kind of symbolic to the fact that one chapter of our life was coming to an end, and now a new chapter was about to begin. And you know, when we left school, we all left with such high hopes. We had these aspirations of what we were going to do with our life, these incredible dreams we wanted to accomplish, and we thought we were going to change the world, and we were going to leave a mark on this world. And I mean, we were going to go out there and make a difference. And we were all left ready to take on the world that we live in. But then we got into our early 20s and reality starts to set in. We finish school and some of us go on to university, some of us don't, some of us get degrees and some of us don't. And then we get a job, we get married, we buy a nice house, and some of us have kids and maybe have a dog, cat, or a fish. We start getting ourselves into debt, and before we know it, life just becomes normal and it becomes the same all of the time. And our dreams that we had, our aspirations that we had when we left school, they slowly get pushed down deep inside of us. And we have to wake up every day to the alarm clock. We're packing lunches for our kids every day, dropping them off at school every day, going to work, picking them up, making dinner, making sure they bath and do their teeth, do their homework, putting them to bed. And then we get up the next day and do it all over again. And the more we do that, the more our dreams get pushed down deep inside of us. And sometimes they get pushed down deep so much that we sometimes don't even remember that we had dreams when we left school. It's almost like we're that little hamster on the hamster wheel, running around and around in the circle of life, but we're not getting anywhere. And one of the sad things that I've noticed in my lifetime is that most people in this country die pretty much by the time they're 30 years old. But the only problem is they don't get buried until they're around 80 years old. Do you know what dies? It's our dreams. Our dreams die. Our hope dies. Our aspirations die. We no longer think that it's possible to accomplish those things. And we say, well, it is what it is. This is the hand that life has dealt me. This is the way my life was supposed to turn out. And there's nothing more for me than this. And we accept where we are and we forget all about the dreams and the goals that we had when we left school because our life has taken over. But I want to ask you one question while you sit there in your chair or doing whatever you're doing while you're listening. What if I told you it wasn't over for you? What if I told you that you're not too old? What if I told you that you still had a chance? That there was an opportunity for you to accomplish your goals and dreams? Would that excite you? Would you believe me? Because let me make this really clear to all of you that are watching this. This is a vehicle. Arbonne is a vehicle that will help you to reignite those hopes and dreams and those aspirations that are so lost deep inside of you. It will give you a chance to reignite the things that you dreamed of and want for your family. It will give you a chance to create the time freedom and financial freedom that we probably always think about. It will give you the chance to spend more time with your kids, maybe travel the world, be able to buy that dream home, look after your parents, take care of your community. Whatever it is that gets you excited inside, this vehicle will give you a chance to make that happen in your life. But in order to do that, you're going to have to make a decision. And some of you are thinking, well, I don't have the energy or I don't want to change myself. And that's okay. It's not for everybody, like I said at the beginning. But there are some of you that are watching this today who are tired of the rat race, tired emotionally, physically, mentally, questioning every day, is this all there is? Some of you might be praying for an answer to your prayers. Well, this is your answer. You know, maybe you are tired of not having your voice in your life. And you know, deep inside you were created for more than this, but you just aren't achieving it yet. Well, today or tonight is your chance to allow those dreams, those hopes and those aspirations that you thought were dead to be reignited again. and for you to have a chance to make that happen. But it's going to take a decision on your part, and some of you might be sitting here right now and have goosebumps up and down your arms, or butterflies in your stomach, tears in your eyes, and you are thinking, this is something that I want to be a part of. What do I do? Well, I want to encourage you, if that's you, I want to encourage you today to talk to the person who invited you onto this call to have a listen as soon as it's finished. And they will be more than happy to share with you what the next step in the process is for you. And you might be sat here thinking, well, this is really interesting. This has really stirred me up, but I still have some questions. And you know, that's great. We love people with questions. So if that is you, I want to encourage you to talk to the person who asked you to listen to this call. Get all of your questions answered so that you can make an informed decision about being part of this dynamic and growing team, and actually being able to reignite the hopes, dreams, and aspirations that you still have. And maybe you are sitting here tonight and thinking, wow, Danny, that's great. Great meeting, great call, great information. I loved it. But the business is just not something for me. And I just want to let you know that we absolutely understand and respect that. We know this business isn't for everyone. And if it was, everyone would be doing it. But we want to say thank you for at least taking some time to have a listen to everything that I've spoke about. But what I would like to ask those of you who feel that way is that now that you've seen what goes on in our health products that we use, the toxic chemicals that many of you probably have in your own home, now that you understand that, why go back home and continue to put that stuff in and on your body? I want to encourage you to talk to the person who invited you to listen to this call and try some of our pure, safe, beneficial products, and at least get your family on the road to total health from the inside out. So I just want to say thank you guys for being here tonight, or for listening to this today. We are so grateful that you came out to hear what it is that we do. We hope you are moved and inspired, and please talk to the person who invited you today and let them know which of those 3 categories best describes you, and they'll make sure to move you in the right direction. So have a great rest of your day, everybody, and thank you so much from me. Bye-bye.